Still.
Yes.
Okay, we're live. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, holy fuck. Yeah. God damn. Alright, so yeah, today I wish I had a fucking intro, but I gotta repeat this, I can't swear. I wish I had an intro, but I don't put enough effort into my videos. Fucking hell. Okay, so today's topic is male improvement. We're waiting on a few people to join the panel, but we have a few people in panel right now, so I don't know. What do y'all think about male improvement? Like what can males do to improve?
Cut people out of their lives, toxic people that they don't need, people that try to drive them even deeper into what they don't need to be in.
Like what kind of people would you say are like the people that you would need to cut out of your life?
Toxic females.
Specifically toxic females?
Yeah.
No one else, just the toxic females.
Toxic family, like.
Okay.
Toxic
Yeah. Just toxic people altogether.
Yeah, toxic people.
Yeah, feel that. What like I don't know, what makes them toxic? Like what would you consider to be toxic?
Them trying to bring you down.
How so? Like I'm assuming you have like some kind of like example of this, like some kind of like experience that you've had. You drawn a blank? Everyone's got one. Everyone has an idea of like friends being toxic. Like it's happened to pretty much everyone. Unless you have like perfect friends, I guess.
No, I'm stuck right now, bro.
Can't think of any?
I got something, but I'm stuck right now.
You got wait. Say that again?
I'm just brain is cloudy right now.
Yeah, that makes
So.
sense. What yeah, what else can they do to improve besides like cutting off people? Because that's pretty like, yeah, it's pretty normal, I suppose. Hitting the gym. Yeah. It's definitely something people need to do. Like a lot of people find literally any excuse. Like I'm 40 years old and fat. Like that's literally the perfect reason to go to the gym. But they somehow make it into an excuse as to not go to the gym. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? I had one guy in the Melanie King show tried to say like, you don't know what it's like to be like 40 years old and fat, and you get like people are attracted to you. Like all these girls are attracted to you, and people listen to what you say because you look good, and you have like a good life ahead of you. And I was like, bro, yeah, you're right. Like I don't know what it means to be fat and 40 because I'm not gonna stop working out and become 40 and fat. Like you had to get to the age of 40 and you have to be fat to be 40 and fat. Like one of those things can be prevented, bro. Like I don't know what to tell you. It was really weird for him to say that. He was basically saying like, yeah, well, I gave up on myself, and the reason why you're doing better than me in life is because I gave up on myself. I was like, damn, that's rough, buddy. Like I don't, that's accurate, I guess. Like I don't know, like what do you want me to say to that? That shit was too fucking funny. What else?
Like that, like.
Wow, yeah.
They lack criticism.
They lack
lack
everything. Like you lack, at that point you're like just lacking in being a man. Like I feel like most men are striving towards something. Like if you're just lost ambition, you've lost ambition. Like you're not, at that point, what are you doing? Like what are you living for? And I know that sounds harsh to say, but like realistically, if you're not striving for something, like if you're not trying to better yourself, what are you doing? And it's like not even like to be like mean about it. You're just like failing yourself in every capacity. Yeah, but yeah, man, I definitely know what you're talking about, cutting people off. I had to do it pretty recently. Um, One of the things that they tried to say before I cut them off was like, you're pursuing like regardless of if you're like pursuing like bettering yourself via like becoming stronger and going to the gym and stuff, like you're not working on your mental health. And that's like a thing that's another thing that you should do to improve yourself is mental health. But I think it's funny that they assumed I didn't work on my mental health because I went to the gym, which is crazy. I don't think going to the gym means that you're not working on your mental health. I feel like a lot of people go to the gym to work on their mental health. Just kind of, I don't know. That's just the kind of people you need to cut out of your life, I guess. Are the people that like, regardless in what you're doing to improve yourself, they can only tell you the negative things. So, yeah. Go ahead.
Like some people, I feel like some people depend on other people for them to be there for them when their mental is bad. But they don't really get anything from doing that.
Yeah.
And it's like,
which is crazy because if you really think about it, like they'll say that your mental health is like bad, right? But then they were never there for you the entire time, even though they know that your mental health is bad. And then they get upset when they'll get upset when you talk to them with like a sharp tongue. When you get upset with them because they're the ones that were never there for you. It's kind of crazy. You'll be the first person to be like damn, like I'm not feeling too well, and then everyone's just like yeah. But whenever someone says something to you that pisses you off, they'll just be like, damn, bro, like you're just saying that because like you're not feeling well, which is like yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be upset if I wasn't, upset. It's kind of crazy that you would make that observation after I'm rude to you, but I feel like that's just the kind of thing that people say to like give an excuse, right? It's your fault when you get upset that they were never there for you. They'll always give you that excuse. Which is crazy because they'll act like you need them, which is it's another big thing. They'll act like you need them to better your mental health, regardless of the fact that you've been working on your mental health alone without them the entire time. They'll just be like, well, why didn't you talk to anyone? And they'll be like, well, why didn't you come and talk to me? If you noticed something, why didn't you say anything?
they want that help, but they won't give it.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. They'll be the first person to come and complain about an issue that they have. Which is another thing. I feel like you shouldn't be asked, like, I know this is gonna sound bad too, but like as like a male, I think you shouldn't be reaching out. You shouldn't be reaching out to like people that you know for like super severe mental problems. If it's like a base level, like I'm not doing too well today, like that's fine. Like going to them for like just like basic emotional help. But if you're out here feeling like you're like ready to die, you should not be like, I don't think reaching out to your friend is like the place you should be going to. Like you should be reaching out to like, if it's not like a professional, like a doctor, you should be reaching out to like the absolute closest person to you, not just like literally any of your friends.
Like
yeah, go ahead.
I feel like the closest person to you could actually like only be yourself.
Yourself? Yeah, I feel that. It's like another thing. A lot of people really do need to like look at themselves in the mirror. Like, it's cool if you go around like reaching out to people and being like man, I feel bad. But at the end of the day, you know that you feel bad and you're not doing anything to help it. You would much rather put it on someone else because you're too lazy to do it yourself. Like I feel like that's a lot of like a really big thing that is an issue, is like they're too lazy and I say they as like everyone in the world, like you're too lazy to improve yourself, so instead you'll ask someone else to improve you, which is like, the fuck are you, like, why is it their burden to help you if they're not offering it? Like, you shouldn't be trying to push that burden onto others. And I'll probably get a lot of backlash for that. I know, like, for a fact that like some of the people are gonna be like, dude, there's like, you should always reach out to others if you're feeling bad. But at the end of the day, all that does is it puts more strain on them, and you don't know how that makes them feel at the end of it too. Like, a lot bad can happen from trying to get others to help you that you don't realize, because it's not their job, it's not their responsibility, it's not something they've been trained for. What's another thing that people could, like, men could do to improve themselves? I could make a video on women, but like, it's not the name of the live right now. Any ideas on that?
What more could men do to improve themselves?
I mean, obviously you could like study and shit, but I mean, like, outside of like getting stronger and like being like studying something, like what could they do to improve themselves? Because a lot of the times, you know, you could work out and you could be smart, but that's not enough to like, it's bettering yourself, but it's not enough, you know? Like, a lot of people will feel that it's just not enough. So I don't know, like, it's a difficult question, I know, but like, there's got to be an answer to it. There's got to be something else that like we're missing. It can't just be summed up with cut out toxic people, work out, get good grades. Like, it can't just come out to that. Unless it does, which, you know, makes it a little bit more depressing that people are still failing constantly just to do those 3 things that really don't take any time that you don't already have. Because like, if you're listening to my voice right now, or if you're like watching this stream, I mean, you have time to do push-ups, right? You have time to be studying. That's just how it is. There's nothing you could say against that. It's like, it's just true. But yeah, there's definitely got to be something more, I feel like. Cry? You think crying is one?
Yeah.
Why? Crying when and where? Like, crying when and where?
But I feel like it has been emphasized that men shouldn't cry when they're mad or fucking sad.
Okay. Should you cry? Do you think men should cry in public? The word no is on the tip of your tongue right now.
No.
No, yeah, I don't think so either.
They just do it in private.
When you say in private, do you mean like say you have a girlfriend, hypothetically? Would you cry in front of her?
Probably not.
Yeah. To be honest, like, I wouldn't either, honestly. It's happened before, but like after the results, I don't think it's worth it. I really don't. At that point, they just like know what sets you off, and it's just not good. It never really is. So you think like crying is one? Why do you think, like, how does it improve you?
I feel like it gets stress off of you.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Alright, so crying. I mean, yeah, I suppose that works.
You never say anything about doing your favorite hobbies, like probably going to skate, bowling, fucking video games, Whatever.
Hobbies? You think like hobbies are a good one? I could see it.
You're probably doing them by yourself. I don't know.
Yeah. That makes sense. What do you think is like a good male hobby to have? Like realistically. Not like, sports? Yeah, that's I mean that's like a basic one though. A lot of people do sports.
It's a hobby.
It is, yeah. I
It's
mean,
to get stuff off of them.
True.
Most males play sports to get their fucking steam off of them because of what they have going on in their own home.
Hey, Crisis.
Yeah, what's up? Narcomi, and that's Narcomi, right?
Up, like, yeah, it's me. Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
you're like talking about like how to like improve men, right?
Yeah.
What do you think like men these days lack?
What do I think males these days lack?
Yeah.
I think they lack security. Really, like the biggest thing that I think they lack is security. They are most definitely insecure to the point where they're willing to throw away ideals to be supported by others. I mean, a lot of men today, they're going to sit idly by, and if a girl that they've never met in their life, right, and she's just even a little bit attractive, if she says that she doesn't like what's going on in front of them, the guy's gonna come out and be like, yeah, that's wrong. Regardless of how that guy thinks. Like, I just feel like a lot of men today aren't really like men. Like, I feel like they would rather watch, like, not watch. They'd rather just like listen to anyone's opinions and like base their opinion off of that. Like, they don't really like think for themselves. And when they do, I mean, it comes out better, but not like just the way they were taught to think is just not good. We went over it before with like schools and shit, but like the way people are raised does have like a huge impact on them. And what we see now a lot is like men will throw away whatever dignity, whatever pride they have to be seen as correct, which is like another reason why I cut off the people around me, was because they were just like, well, I believe that this is like bad because X, and you'd be like, well, is it really bad? And their answer would just be, well, I don't know, like I feel like it's unacceptable in societal standards. You're just like, bro, I didn't ask I didn't ask what you thought about societal standards, to be honest. Like, I'm asking like personally, interpersonal, why is it bad? I sincerely don't give a fuck if like little Susie down the road thinks me saying retarded is offensive. Like, I don't care. Like, I literally don't care. That's just the way it is. But yeah, no, men lack security. It's like the biggest thing that they lack. They will throw away their sense of self in order to be secure and supported by those around them. Is that a satisfactory answer, Narcomi?
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
What do you think, Furball? You think that's fair? Do you think I'm being harsh?
No.
What else do y'all think is a good like way to improve men? We don't even have to stay on the strict topic of improving men. What do you think men do that makes them like bad? Like, what do you think men are doing that makes them just like weaker as men? Like, what is a red sign that you see in men around you that you notice like makes them look like, it just makes them look bad?
Complaining about their problems over the internet to
Oh
people
my-
that don't care.
Oh my god, bro. I literally how I cut off my friends literally started with someone like one of the guys that is a friend with someone that I'm friends with, right? Like, so like not even one of my friends. I knew them in like high school or whatever, but they were a friend of my friend, and he was like, I don't really like the opinions on the Crisis video. like bro, I literally could not, like, he pinged me and everything in the server. I was like, dude, I don't care. Like, I swear to God, bro, I could not give a fuck. This shit was too funny, man. No, complaining about something on the internet is fucking retarded. Like, you're dumb as shit. I don't care. I don't care. Like, complaining about something on the internet is stupid as shit. And not just like, and I would have been fine if he was complaining about something on the Crisis of like a point I made and how he believed like it was incorrect. No, this motherfucker was literally just like, I don't agree with what you're like. He didn't even say I don't agree. He just said what I said was bad, like morally. I was like, bro, your own opinions, like, what the fuck do I care? If what I'm saying is morally bad, like, that's rough, buddy. I guess I don't adhere to societal morals at that point. Like, oh man, oh boy, is that like, I don't give a fuck. But no, seriously, yeah, no, complaining about your problems online is like, you're just a weak, bro. Like, you're literally just weak. You do not, like, your self-worth is so piss poor at that point. You are out here like, god damn, bro. If you're on the internet screaming, I am depressed, please save me, like, you're fucking tweaking. I don't know what to tell you. You need to, like, grow a pair and, like, go to the gym or go to therapy. Pick one, but, like, god damn, bro. We do not care. We are not your outlet. The internet is not your outlet to feel better. Like, once again, that's the same thing as, like, reaching out to someone and, like, putting your burden onto them. Like, who the fuck cares? Like, at all. Alright, let me see. Yeah, that shit is just like, god damn, there's no way. What else do you notice as like a huge red flag? That's like, god, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, things that you notice that men do and you're just like, damn, bro, like, you had a chance before you did this.
Them complaining to their toxic friends about something. Like, fucking, you get what I'm trying to say, right?
I mean, kind of, but like, I feel like it's just like a replay of the last issue almost.
Alright. Finally. I think something else.
Finally, Narc.
What did your friend? Yes, my bad. Yeah, what did your friend like disagree with you with?
Bro, he said that he said that our video, when I said that like a majority of the women do like fuck shit in regards to relationships, he was like, that's just incorrect, bro. You're bad mouthing women. I believe that's morally incorrect. And then he said that that when I said that if men and women were equal, there would be a lot more fighting, like, between men and women, and that I honestly, like, I wouldn't feel bad if that happened. He was like, bro, that's just, you're just advocating for beating up women. I was like, no, it's not beating up women. If you're going to fight equally on equal terms, like, that's not beating up women, bro. Like, he's just stupid shit, bro. Just stupid shit. And he wasn't even, like, giving me any, like, evidence to say what he was, like, claiming. It was literally just him being like, I feel this way about what you said. And I was like, damn, bro, that's crazy. So anyways, yeah, no, this shit was bad. But yeah, I ended up cutting off like that entire friend group, like the entire friend group, just mainly because even though a lot of them weren't the ones saying it, none of them stopped him from saying it, which is like, you're literally just watching him like be like, right? Like I said, you're watching this guy do stupid, like, look stupid. He's embarrassing himself in front of you, and you're not stopping him. And you're watching him, or B, you're watching him disrespect me in front of you, and you're not doing anything about it either. And honestly, I just don't need them. Like, I just don't need them. I haven't talked to a lot of them in years. I literally have achieved everything in my life without them. I barely hang out with any of them. I hang out with like 3 of them regularly, and those guys know how to contact me, so I'm fine with, you know, literally not being able to contact any of the other ones. So honestly, I just did not need them at all. Like, I don't feel bad about it at all. I did for like a few hours after I like initially like left their server, but after that I was literally just like, damn, yeah, like that's it is what it is, bro. Like, I'm literally better off without them. If I have one less person pinging me and saying, damn, bro, that crisis video is bad because of X opinion about women or some shit, that's just better in my part, honestly.
Facts.
I know, like this literally turns out cutting off toxic people, yeah, good. And honestly, the funny part is, like, they're toxic, but that's not even the reason I cut them off. I cut them off is because they're weak. Like, they're just weak. That's all it is. Like, if you're not standing up for those that you've chosen to be friends with, you're a coward. You're a coward. You don't back your friends. You're a coward.
Yeah, it's kind of like partially my problem with like modern men. This might also like apply to women as well, but how they would like tuck down to like anything that seems like societally correct, or like, yeah, that's socially appropriate, even if you're like disregarding your own values, or you might even disagree with it yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I kind of talked about that earlier. I don't know if you're like I don't know if you just like weren't there for it or something, but we kind of went over that earlier in regards to men being how did I phrase it? Fervil, do you remember how I phrased it?
Yeah, I probably wasn't here for that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, I pretty much said like men are willing to. It was the security. You asked me what I believe like men's biggest problem was, and I was like, security. They throw away their sense of like personality and self-worth just to adhere to like societal standards and be supported by people who like, yeah, you're a good person because you don't believe that like weak people are weak. Like, I don't know, like it's really just one of those things where like they do, in fact, it is a common issue that men are willing to just throw away their sense of pride and dignity to agree with others to look correct in society's eyes.
Yeah.
Which is like, what do you gain from that? You gain a couple of people giving you a thumbs up. You don't gain any money. You don't gain any, actual following, right? No one's going to listen to you if you say the exact same things that everyone else is saying. So you're not getting any clout from saying shit like that. Like, at all. You literally do not gain anything from agreeing with other people. Now, is that bad? Is agreeing with other people bad? No. It's just choosing to throw away your own beliefs in order to like have other people kind of be supportive of what you're saying. That's what I believe is bad. Like, if you were going around being like, capitalism is bad because this girl in my friend group is, into like socialism and she's kind of cute. Like, bro, I'd like you're a sick and twisted individual. Like, you have no sense of self-worth at all. Like, you're a trash human being, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, no. Money's money. Like, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck how it's made. Now, am I saying like I don't care if like children get, yoinked in order to make money? Like, yeah, no, bro. Like, please don't take kids or anything. Don't kidnap people. But like, at a non-criminal level, I don't care how money is made.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people hate on capitalism, but at the end of the day, I'm just like, you hate the fact that people work for money? Like, what does that mean? Like, what are you trying to... Really, what are you trying to say here? Are you trying to say that you don't want to work? Because, like, I mean, okay, cool, I don't want to work either. But, like, there are some inherent issues with not working. If nobody's working, what's getting done? Like there are a lot of inherent issues with not working. Let's be real. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't see how like under any like never mind.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah. Out of like any like social system, like where working isn't a requirement.
Like
if
pans
like,
out.
If you're reasoning for, like, yeah, if you're reasoning like for hating on capitalism because like working and shit, like won't you like have to work anyway if you're like under
Yeah,
socialism?
people are like, bro, like big companies are taking advantage of you and making more money than you. Like, yeah, if you're at the top of a company and you're like making people work for you, it only makes sense that you're getting the majority of the money if you're at a higher level in the company. But like, I swear to God, like these communists or like socialists or whatever, I don't really care what you call yourself, they like one of their biggest arguments is like everyone should be equal. Like, no, what the fuck? That's just like not real in any society. Even in like a communist society, if I'm stronger than you, women are going to choose me over you. Or like if I'm a stronger male, not even just physically, but like stronger in my attributes as a male, and I'm attractive, women are going to choose me over you. We are not equal, right? If I say something and you disagree with me and I prove to you in front of other people why your opinion is incorrect, we're not equal. Like no matter what happens, we're not equal. People are not equal. That's not a thing. Now you can say like, oh yeah, but we can be equal like economically. What does that do? Here's what equality in economics does. It makes people hoard their money, right? So if everybody in the United States makes $500 a week, and I don't spend as much as my $500 as other people do, I'm going to have more money than other people. Then we're not equal anymore because I have more than you. I have more money than you because I chose not to spend my money. Do you see how that works? Like, there's no real equality. Even if they're just like, oh, well, there's no money, we just give you food and supplies. If I stash my food and supplies and I go through the hardship of not consuming all of it, I'll have more than you. There's no real equality there. It's not like a thing. I never saw how it would work in like any good way. And it's not even because I'm like, oh yeah, I love capitalism. Like I don't care. I'm just fine with working for my money. Like I literally don't care. Oh, but your manager makes more than you. Yeah, because they're my manager. Like what kind of question is that? Like that's stupid. But yeah, I don't know. What do y'all like? We're getting a little bit off track. What else do you believe, men do that's just like a damn, bro, like you could have been successful if you don't do this like in your everyday life? What's something that men can cut out of their like everyday life that would make them better?
Better
Habits.
Habits.
Like what habits, bro?
Yeah.
Like I'm literally trying to ask you, like, what habits do you think men can cut off? You can't just say habits. Like, oh yeah, that's the basis of the question.
Yeah, not all habits are bad, by the way. This is very pretty broad, right? But maybe they should like manage their time much better. This will also like apply to myself. I think,
right.
Like focus on more like productive things. Maybe like take up offers that will actually benefit you, like me editing your videos for like more money. Rather than like play video games.
Yeah, Narukami, you should do that. You should get to editing those videos. We have like 4 videos that aren't done yet.
Yeah, but I think that's like definitely a big thing because like that is like a hard cycle to get out of.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. What's something that like men can cut out?
Make
There's-
it out. This might apply to like a small group, or maybe it's a large group of people, but maybe like focus less on like worrying about women or like getting a girlfriend. But all right, because like why I say that, right? I think for the most part, like you'll be like if you're a normal person, like you'll be fine without a partner, or like you can wait until then. Like for now, you should just focus on yourself. Because I feel like a lot of men like worry about that, like a little too much. When I just don't think like it's really necessary. I'm speaking about like younger men.
Yeah, I feel you. No, I just took a look at our chat. I think it's really funny that people still like are still concerned about like the nuclear physicist thing. Like I have a video that's just on my channel that just proves like everything I said to be true. There's a guy in chat that's just like, isn't this the guy that like lied about being like in a certain career? He didn't even like say nuclear physicist, but I knew what he was talking about. I mean, if you want to know how that ends, just watch the videos on my channel. They're all there. There's like 2, because you know I don't see it as a big deal. Like it's not even important to me because I left the Navy. But you know, if you're wondering about the validity of it, just check the channel. But yeah, no, I get what you were saying, Narakami, for sure. Just elaborate like a little bit, because you were saying it's for like younger guys. I'd want to make sure I'm understanding correctly.
Oh yeah. What I mean like if you're like 40, right, and you're still like single, and you really want to be with somebody, then yeah, I think you should like pursue getting with a woman. But if you're like young and shit, and like you're going through college, you know, you're trying to get like better job opportunities, like just focus way more on that. That's what I'm saying.
Like you're saying like focus on setting up your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's definitely gotta be a big thing. There's nothing you can do in regards to, yeah, because what women are looking for, they're looking for a provider. Like women will be the first people to tell you that they're independent, but they're looking for a provider. The moment you start providing for them, they become dependent on you, even if they're quote unquote independent. They're going to want your money no matter what. So you need to make sure that you're set up in life to a degree in which you're able to spend that money without it like crumbling you. I get like a lot of guys are like, yeah man, I want my girl to go through it with me when I have nothing, right? That just puts you like further, like you're just furthering yourself into financial struggle. That's all it's doing for you. Just like being realistic here, you're not going to get a girl, right? When you have like $50 in your bank account, you're spending, you know, $20 on dates with her, and you're making just enough to continue living decently. You're not stacking any money, right? So you're living paycheck to paycheck with this girl. You're not building anything. You're going to be forever in that situation in which you guys are just living paycheck to paycheck because you didn't set yourself up for success. What you did was you just decided to go through hardship with your girl, which yeah, that can build a good relationship, but at the end of the day, she's not going to be happy with the fact that you guys don't have anything. You can be like, oh yeah, we have nothing, but we have each other. That's not a fun life. It's not fun. Having nothing is not fun. I don't think I've seen anybody say, man, you know, I wish I made less money at this job. Like, what are you talking about? It's not like an accurate thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. But, oh my god, bro. Sorry, I just ran into this guy. Yeah. What's another thing that you think they could cut out of their day-to-day lives? Because like women are like a day-to-day thing, but I mean like an everyday thing for like every man. Something every man could do. Not every man has a girlfriend that they can cut out of their lives. Some of them are still struggling to get one. You can't cut one off if you don't have one. I mean, I would say if you don't have one, you're ahead of the game. You're ahead of the game right now if you don't have one.
Is there a specific answer you're looking for right now?
No, I'm literally not. Like I have nothing. Like it's just talking to talk, really.
Yeah.
Like the panel topic is very, very broad.
Yeah. Got anything, Rivers? However you say your name.
I just say Furval. I just feel like it's easier.
Oh yeah, Fernal.
It's for now.
Furnell? Oh my God, did I say that right? Oh, it's because you have a V in your second name. That's what it is. So I mix them together. So it's Furnell. Gotcha. So what do y'all think about like shit, I had it and then I lost it. Fuck, what was I saying? What do y'all think is like more important in terms of like self-improvement? Do you think it's best to focus on your physical attributes first or your mental attributes first? Like most important, not like most important, but like priority. What do you think is more achievable? Okay, so we'll split it into 3 parts. What do you think is more achievable? What do you think is more important? And what do you think you should do first? Physical or mental health? Like working out or like being happy? In terms of like grinding, in terms of like being a young man, not in terms of like overall life.
Yeah. Okay, so like, at least with me, I don't think this is really mutually exclusive. Cause alright, when I like, build myself up or like work out, right?
Yeah.
I'm in a much better mental state, which motivates gives me I'm much better mentally overall, with a better body.
So let's start with
Like
let's start with achievability. Which one do you think is easier to achieve?
Oh, okay.
Mental.
You think it's easier to achieve like a good mental state? Like being happy? You think it's easier to achieve happiness?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think that is? I'm not disagreeing. I'm just I'm curious.
I just think that it would be easier to achieve happy mental doing
think positively. Cause it would be easier to think positively than to do physical activity.
Okay. That's fair. I can think
I
I can think about ice cream instead of, going to the gym. Yeah, that's fair. I suppose so. I believe it'd be easier too. It would save me money on gas, I guess.
think happier.
Okay, so it's definitely more achievable to be happy. Yeah, okay.
Okay, here's the thing. So,
Okay.
whenever
Yeah.
working out gives me a better mental state. Chris, ever work hard at something and you achieve it and you feel extremely fulfilled?
Okay.
After achieving this hard thing, yeah, that's how working out feels. After achieving this said thing, you feel extremely fulfilled and your mental state's very good. That's how I perceive getting a good workout done. Which is why I don't think that they're mutually exclusive is all.
Okay, but
That's what I was trying to say.
if you had to separate them.
Yeah. If I had to
Which one?
separate them, then of course getting better physically is way easier.
Okay. Which one do you think is more important?
Mental state, definitely.
Okay. Not like clinically, like not like, you know, you're depressed, you're like schizophrenic. No, I mean like being happy. So you think being happy is more important than being like physically fit?
Yes.
Why?
Because I think a lot of the time the point of trying to be physically fit is to achieve a goal, like maybe like catch a girlfriend or something, and the reason like you want a girlfriend is to be happier. I just think like most of the time, like working out, the end goal is to be happier.
Now, if we had to separate
I
them,
just think that
it can't. Okay, it
Yeah,
can't
I
just be the exact same answer as last time. Like, I believe that doing one is good for the other one.
yeah, I know, right? But
You can have a girlfriend and still like not
This
be
thing-
happy.
yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you're not happy, like, okay, if they're gonna be mutually exclusive, then like, what's the point of like working out?
I don't know. You would work out to be physically fit, and you would be physically fit to achieve some goal. Okay. So, for example, right, achieving some goal could be like getting a girlfriend. Getting a girlfriend doesn't automatically ensure your happiness.
Yeah.
You could just want a girlfriend, and to get a girlfriend that you would deem, you know, is a hot girlfriend, you would work out.
Okay. I mean, but I guess that's fair.
Like, you can feel accomplished and still not feel happy. You know what I mean?
Oh. I mean, okay.
Oh,
I was
like,
thinking
that
like
could be-
happiness is like that fulfillment, but sure, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, you'll feel happy about like that fulfillment for a little bit of time, but that happiness fades quickly. I mean, you're not gonna wake up every single day and be like, I have a girlfriend. That's the reason I'm happy. Now, you can say that your girlfriend makes you happy, but at that point, you're not happy because you have a girlfriend. You're happy because your girlfriend is good.
Okay. So like, when like making these like mutually exclusive, you're basically saying, okay, you can like work out and like be fulfilled. Like fulfillment and happiness are like two different things.
Pretty much. I'm not saying they're different things. I'm just saying that they exist like outside of each other in many instances.
Okay. Yeah. I came in thinking like they are like pretty much the same, but if they're separate, yeah. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay, good. I got that kill. So, which one would you say is more important then?
Mental.
I'd say probably being physically fit.
Okay. So y'all disagree on that one. I would go ahead and I would say that being physically fit is more important to improving yourself as a male.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can be happy, but that's like your happiness isn't improving yourself. I would say that being physically fit, it you know, that's it, like directly improving yourself. Which one do you think should be a priority? Like, if you had to do one first, like which one would you do first?
Work out. Yeah, the physical.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. It seems to me that we are in agreement that being physically fit is just like overall better than being happy. In terms of like improving yourself as a male. Cuz that can always
Yeah.
come after you're physically fit. Oh man, there's only 6 people in my server now. That's rough. This is going to be hide and seek. I don't know. What's like another thing that you think we could cut out of our daily lives I feel like there's a lot that we might be missing in that one specifically. I think like I think eating out is like a huge thing that you could do to, like, if you cut that out, you're doing like very well for yourself.
Eating out.
Yeah, like spending money to go and eat somewhere. Cause like
Yeah,
if you think about it, that shit is like expensive as fuck, and then you're doing it constantly. I feel like taking the time to just eat the groceries that you bought like a week prior is just like better.
Agree.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Where's the light? He's been out for a second. Are any of you in the Karma server?
Me.
Yeah, do you wanna
Man.
go into the Karma server and let Light know that we're ready for him to enter the live?
This dude is on live right now, doing something.
Yeah. I get that. Actually,
Yeah, but I'll tell him already.
yeah.
But I have to leave.
Yeah, he'll be back. So Narakami, in the meantime, right? Any other
Yeah.
things that you can think of that men should do to improve themselves?
Do to improve themselves. Shit. I'm honestly not too sure. If I'm being real. I mean, we covered like.
Yeah, you can't say we covered everything.
working out.
If we covered everything, the world would be a better
Yeah.
place.
Definitely. Well, alright. You said, like, working out physically would be good. Cutting out bad habits. And, like, using your time much easier. No, managing your time.
Oh no, that's crazy. 'Cause I have
Complaining
no
on the
skills.
internet.
Yeah, we went over all that. So, yeah, we did talk about all of that.
Yeah.
There's something we're not thinking about as young adults. Oh shit, Light's actually here. Alright, good. Alright, so Light, right now, right? The question is, what can men do to improve themselves, and or what can men cut out of their lives to improve themselves?
Alright.
And we've been through a lot, so we want to see if you have any different opinions. Because we're each like different age groups.
Okay, what men can do to improve themselves.
Like the modern man.
Modern man?
Yeah, not like a 50-year-old man. Like they're a little bit too far gone. Like they're already 300 pounds. Like
I'd say
wrinkly.
like not focus on this generations of women unless you find the right one, to be honest. Like focus on yourself, man.
You think?
Your
Yeah.
own thing.
We talked about like focusing on yourself. We didn't really talk about this generation of women specifically, but I see what you're saying. The generations before us of women are like pretty solid, but like this generation is just like not it.
Yeah, definitely like a few things wrong there.
Oh God, women are like overrated.
Not all
Yeah, I'd rather
of
sit
them.
down
There are
with
some
people.
there's some pretty good women out there, but I do agree that this generation of women specifically is like, goddamn, bro. Yeah. So right now we went over shit like bettering yourself via like the gym, cutting out toxic people, like not complaining online about your mental issues, because like that's not what the internet's really for. Shit like that.
Yeah, things like that are all necessary. I feel like never put yourself out there.
Really, yeah,
Or
for real.
in the internet.
We talked about crying in front of your girlfriend too. We said it was something that should never happen.
Crying in front of your girlfriend? I don't think that's a problem. I like kind of disagree.
Okay. Just like elaborate. It's not like a debate or anything, but it's like something we did talk about earlier.
Why do you think it's like a problem crying from?
So, just from my own experience, I know that like anytime I've ever cried in front of my girlfriends, in response, it feels almost like they've seen what sets you off, and they can use that in the future against you. Now, I'm not saying this is a thing for all women. I'm just saying it on just like this generation. There's a lot of them that do, and like I said, it's not really all of them. It's just like from the ones that I've dealt with, it just seems like they take it as like a notice of this is what could make you upset, and they use that against you later.
Yeah. Oh, so you're not implying it's all women, it's just some women in general, or like you don't want to.
Yeah, I'm just
feel
saying like personally, I wouldn't cry in front of my girlfriend. It's not like you should never do it. I'm just saying like I would never anymore, just from like my experiences.
Yeah, that's fine then, since it's like a personal thing. Yeah, I can understand.
Yeah, well, like, why do you feel like it's okay to cry in front of them?
Oh, it's the fact that she made it okay. Like, if I were ever go through something, I can trust this person. If I were to let out emotions, you could trust. Again, yes, it is a personal thing, and it depends on the person you're with. So, like me personally, I can let out these emotions if I needed to, because I know this person wouldn't judge me because I've been around them long enough, and I'm taking that risk to trust them. Because I feel like with every new relationship, you should take a risk, or just don't be in a relationship at all.
It's fair enough, honestly. Yeah. Do you have like anything that you would say that men could do to improve themselves, or to cut out of their like day-to-day habits in order to prove themselves that way as well?
Anything men can do to improve themselves.
We'll let you. I promise you, we'll let you know if you've said something we've already said.
Just staying fit, going to the gym.
Yep, covered.
It doesn't necessary, or like at least taking care of yourself.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, mentally, physically, emotionally is even necessary, because those are things that all need to be in check when it comes to a person or a human in general. I feel like that applies to men as well, but men seem to forget that, because I feel like masculinity has become something that people hate, and I don't know why. It's okay to be masculine or to show your masculine side. It's not a problem at all. I don't know why it has become a problem.
I feel like it's become a problem mainly due to the fact that it breaks the concept of equality for a lot of this generation. Like, our generation is really like unhealthily focused on being equal, like everyone being equal, which I kind of already went over in this live, that it doesn't make sense to even consider any human as equal to another human, because we're just not the same. No one's like the exact same copy of someone else. It would be like impossible. Even if you were financially equal, like someone could just save their money, and you would spend it, and they would become not financially equal from you. But it breaks the idea, right, of equality, that men are being masculine. Because if men are being masculine, right, you have these guys that are secure in their ideas, and they're fine with their strength, and they're not going to restrain themselves for you. Like, that breaks the idea of equality, because everyone wants to feel like they can voice their opinions without consequence. Which is another thing. A lot of people really feel like, especially in our generation, that they should be able to say whatever they want without consequence, because that's equality, right? That's freedom of speech. That's not freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is the ability to say something, and be held accountable to what you say. That's freedom of speech. Like, no one's saying you can't. Like, think about it like this, right? No one's saying that you can't say that something is stupid, that you think is stupid. But if someone disagrees with you, they have the right to tell you that they disagree with you, which I feel like a lot of people don't understand.
The problem with the idea of freedom of speech is, let me see if I can like summarize this in some way. What is like freedom of speech to you? You said like to say something but still be held accountable, correct?
So essentially the idea of, and not even like the idea of the law of freedom of speech, just like the universal concept of being able to say whatever comes to your mind. Everyone should be able to say what comes to their mind. You just have to live with the consequences of saying that. If you say like, I think that girl is hot, right? And some other guy's like, bro, she's disgusting. And then that girl tells the guy who said that she looks disgusting that she feels some kind of way about him saying that. I feel like all three of those people are in the right to say what they had just said. There's just like consequences with what you say, and those consequences are that people have opinions. That's just it.
Right. Like the central idea for like freedom of speech is basically like to express an opinion, but not to be like without fear of you being, eradicated by society or being, pressed by society. That's what the idea of freedom of speech is, to you not to be, even though it might be unsavory or unpopular. Yes, these people have the right to respond, but you shouldn't have the fear to say it, right? You shouldn't be put in fear to say what you want. For in most cases, people who don't have fear for what they say, and I'm not saying that he's a good role model, but people who don't have like fear for what they say is Andrew Tate, for an example.
For whatever reason, I see that popping up a lot. I know what you're saying. Like it's good for him to not be afraid of what he's saying, right? Because he obviously doesn't, and I feel like that's a good thing about like him and his masculinity, is that he isn't afraid of saying what he's saying, and he's aware of the consequences of saying what he's saying. He's not afraid because he realizes that even if someone has an opinion on what he's saying, they're just voicing their opinion, and he's doing the exact same thing. So he's not afraid of that. And I feel like our generation fails to understand that because they're so afraid of other people's opinions. Our generation is like so focused on what other people think of them, even though they claim that they're not.
And that has a lot to do with like today's society as well. Like with men in general, there are people in general, you could say, are scared to go to the gym because they're scared of what someone else might think. You have the freedom to go to the gym, but yet you're oppressed by your own thoughts and your thoughts of what people could think of you by going to the gym. So I'd say for a lot of young men, you should go to the gym, whether if you think someone's judging you or not. It shouldn't really matter to you.
Right. Yeah, it is super important. That specific point is that like our generation is so heavily focused on like being accepted by those around you while claiming individuality, which is so contradictory to their entire point.
I can definitely see that. It's just I don't really get it. I don't find myself to be scared of like being who I am, but
right.
Others are, they hide who they are from their friends, their family, or they feel like they might get judged at school, this and that. But being yourself is not a problem. It shouldn't be.
Of course not. Which is like the craziest shit ever. Cause I remember like originally what like all of these like modern day movements were about, like not to point fingers, but just to name examples here, like the original like meaning behind like and I'm gonna call out like two different really important movements that were like grounded in our generation, Black Lives Matter and the LGBT community. They were originally focused on the acceptance of these individuals who cared about their like what made them individuals, like these character traits that made them like not the norm, right? But now it's gotten to the point where they're trying to play it as if you don't agree with them, you're unacceptable, right? So at that point you're not individual anymore. Like you're literally trying to make what you feel as the norm. Like there's no more individuality behind what you're like claiming, what you're believing in now.
Yeah, I can see that. It's more of like a personal identity as well, like a numerical identity, person over time, or like discussions regarding personal identity is like, I don't know, it's something that people aim to be, or somewhat like that in society. And when they seem to aim, they aim for these high goals, and then someone else judges them. They feel like, oh no, you should do this. What I'm doing, they lose their individuality. Individuality is something that's supposed to distinguish you from others. That's what makes you an individual, because it keeps you separate from what others are doing, or you make a career choice, or you make a choice in general that separates you from others, I feel.
Yeah, and we talked about that too, was that a lot of men in our generation are so eager to throw away what makes them men, what makes them individuals, in order to have like people around them accept them and support them and their like ideas for a brief moment, right? So like for example, if a guy was like in an area with a girl who's like mildly attractive, and she complains about another guy doing something that doesn't harm her, or you know, our protagonist guy, a lot of times the protagonist guy is just gonna like be like, hey man, you should stop doing that because it makes the woman uncomfortable. And it's not even like, at that point you're not even sticking up for your own beliefs, because that girl would not have noticed you exist if you didn't do that. B, that guy wasn't harming you or the girl, he was just doing something that he believed was, you know, enjoyable for him, and you're only doing it to adhere to like some societal standard that, you know, you should look out for the girl.
Can you repeat the situation? I kind of like my brain kind of like shut off at the situation part.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
So you have a main guy, right? We'll call him like the protagonist. You have a girl in the same area as the protagonist. She's mildly attractive. And then you have another guy who's doing something that isn't harming either the protagonist guy or the girl. It's just doing something that he believes is fun. Now, when a girl complains that that guy is doing something that she doesn't like, right? The protagonist guy, a lot of the times, is going to say that, like, he's going to go up to the guy and be like, hey man, you should stop doing that because the girl is uncomfortable. And it's like not even, at that point, he's not doing anything that, you know, distinguish. It's not coming from his own beliefs, right? It's just coming from the belief that if he does this, right, then that girl will, you know, be supportive of his actions for a brief amount of time, right? So he's not doing it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh no, fine. Just finish.
I was just saying, like, ultimately, it's like they're eager to throw away, like, their individual selves to adhere to something else, to adhere to like basic minimal societal support almost.
I'd say with this generation, appealing to a crowd is one thing, but appealing to an individual just to see if you'll get something out of it, yes, that does exist. But I feel like that situation itself is circumstantial. It depends on the circumstances of the situation.
Yeah, that's true.
What I do to make the girl feel uncomfortable? Did the girl feel uncomfortable because she saw something that she didn't want to see? Did she find something annoying? Did she hear a loud noise that she didn't like? Things like that.
Yeah, I mean, we could go into like the nitty gritty and be like, he was playing air guitar and she thought it was cringy.
And so she told him to stop. Then that would be someone, the main protagonist would be white knighting, but that'd be from like, I don't know, I don't even think that would apply to this generation, because when someone white knights now, it's more of a, oh no, you're cringy now, like I want to stay away from you now. Women would rather stay away from that guy because he's white knighting, even though the situation's not that serious.
Yeah, and I think the funniest part about that is, a lot of the times the guy ends up white knighting anyways, even though like the girl is like, it's cringy, like they will still end up white knighting.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm saying, like they'll throw away their individuality, they'll throw away their dignity and their pride to look good for like even a second, even if yeah, exactly. And it's a thing that commonly happens.
anytime like I saw something or someone like white knighting, it never really ended up in their favor. It's more of a, oh, it wasn't that serious, so I don't know why you stepped in. They got made fun of at the end. So I've always thought of like white knighting as cringy. If I've seen a guy stand up for a girl, it again circumstantial, like depends on the circumstance, right?
Right.
I'm saying like any circumstance where it's not that serious, then it's not needed. But if it's more of a guy pushing a girl and they're about to fight, and you stepping in only for the girl, or just like only for the girl because you feel like, oh, the girl putting his hands on him didn't really affect him either. It only affected the girl because she was being hands put on by a guy. So it's like,
Is this in? Are you guys streaming this right now?
Yeah, this is live. Yeah.
Okay. So wait, what are you guys talking about?
All right, we're talking about ways you could improve, like males could improve themselves or cut out something to improve themselves. And right now, we're talking about like white knighting and like throwing away your pride and dignity just to look good for a second.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah. I think a guy should have an intrinsic like a feeling to like just protect people, but not out of appraisal. Like they shouldn't feel like they should be praised for that. I think it's like an intrinsic thing they should have.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
but that depends on.
Well, actually, I don't even think that's necessarily limited to guys. I think people in general should feel that way. They shouldn't always look for like appraisals and stuff from people when they do something. I don't think that should be expected every single time.
That depends on the guy.
No, it's not. I'm saying it's just not dependent on a guy. I'm saying like both sides. I think people shouldn't do things because they simply want to get appraisal of. I think like they should just do it because it's a good thing. Yeah, I mean, I guess when you guys talk about like this part of the male community, I think you guys would like kind of talk about incels, because the incels are the type of people that, I don't know, they seem to like
They white knight for a chance to get something out of it.
try to, yeah, and when they don't, they become incels. Yes.
Yes.
It's a really bad thing. But Christ, why are you not camming? You usually cam in your live streams. Or are you like streaming something else while the stream?
Playing Roblox right now, bro.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, the reason
What game are you playing?
why is because I just got out of the shower and I really didn't feel like getting dolled up. That's literally just it.
Okay.
Also, I felt like it might be
Wait,
a
what game
little
are you
bit more interesting to watch than just a Discord panel being streamed.
Oh, okay, yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah. So wait, what are you playing though?
Bro, that is completely irrelevant to the live.
Let me see.
So essentially, yeah, right now, creator, if you have any ideas on how men could improve themselves, please do not let that echo in the background. If you have any ideas on how men could improve themselves, or if they could cut anything out of their daily habits to improve themselves, that would be nice.
Let's see, what does the live chat say?
Good, you should say it then.
I'm gonna check in the Chrome. How many people are here? 4 people watching right now. How many people are here? 4 people watching right now. Let me turn that off.
Creator, do you have like any creator? I need you to stay focused. I need you to stay focused. What do you like? Do you have any ideas that men could do to improve themselves, or anything they could cut out of their daily lives to better themselves that way?
Let me think. Like when you say better themselves, like do you mean like in terms of like as a person overall, or in like a specific
As a
field?
male.
Like as a male. What could a guy do? I guess some guys like I think like being away from social media is like a good thing for like guys, especially when they're attached to like watching models and stuff. That like kind of like takes away the value that they see in women. Like they only see women for like attractive or something. So like cutting like a level of like viewership of like models and stuff. It seems to be like a kind of a problem with like young guys that I see in my school at least. Like they just see girls, but not like I don't know girls of their level. They see girls like in the pedestal, and they try to get that, and they can't. So they're always trying to reach like an unattainable dream. So their like standards are always at a very high, which like kind of hurts them. And like when they're trying to get a girl for themselves, they have these high standards, which like are pretty hard to like achieve.
Okay, so you think men should... So you think in order to improve, like, themselves as males, they should shoot for their own league?
I think that's pretty important. It's always important to have realistic goals, right?
Not
For
necessarily.
guys.
No. For a human in general,
Why?
like humans shouldn't have realistic goals. As a kid, they tell you to shoot for the moon, don't they?
Huh?
As a kid, they tell you to shoot for the moon. It's a saying.
That's a figure of speech.
That's a figure of speech, not necessarily.
It's
Like-
a figure.
like-
It's a
So,
figure
for
of
example-
speech that. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a figure of speech that applies within real life. So, for an
Yeah.
example, kids get shut down every day within school. Teachers tell them they can't be something because it's not realistic. Oh, you can't be an astronaut because, it's not realistic for you to be one. Or they shut you down just in general. That's something that society has to stop. When society shuts you down, then you believe that things have to be within a realistic, how do I explain? Like, they have to be-
Expectation, yeah.
Yeah.
And wait. No. What schools strive to do is, well, at least I hope what schools try to do is try to educate you in what is achievable based on your abilities. Like a school will not lie to you and then just say like, you can do whatever you want, right? That's not something that school tries to do. Like
can do
a
whatever
school
you
will
want,
try to
though.
give you like panels and things as to like and guidelines to follow, like where you if you want to like if you want to become, let's say, if you want to go into like paramedics, or if you want to go to a certain field, right? You can't just do what you want. You need to follow a certain guideline in education,
So,
right? So like,
for a school to tell you that you can't do a certain career path because it doesn't seem fit for you, do you feel like that's the right thing to follow?
no, not that. If you okay, let's say you want to be a police, right? And you're taking
Okay.
the things that are necessary, right? But then they see that you're lacking in like some form of like an academic like requirement. I think that's logical for them to say like you're probably not going to make it. That's not like
logical.
an
because
unfair-
I don't. I
turned
would.
around.
It
Yeah,
is.
I would say that's not logical because you can study to become smarter.
Anything can be turned around. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but yes, it can be
Yeah,
turned around.
but look at the ratio of like look at the probability of that though.
I can fail high school, but yet can still get a high school diploma after I failed. I can
Right.
go back to get these things. These things are all achievable. The reason they tell you can't do them is because they feel as if themselves have failed at life, so they resorted to teaching. But they have this such high level of education, they resorted to teaching students instead of going for their own dreams. I bet if you asked a teacher what was your original dream, it was never to be a teacher or to educate kids. But they'll tell you that because they lie to themselves and say the most realistic thing they were able to do is educate. No, they could have done something better.
Well, I mean, okay, well, my business teacher was like a lawyer before he started teaching, and he had like a lawyer experience for like 15 years, but like he just chose to do teaching because he thought it was a more interesting
Yeah,
career.
but that doesn't apply to within every teacher. Every teacher says
No, I know.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
you just
I-
gave
and
us
I
an
don't-
extreme outlier, honestly.
it doesn't really.
and
It's
I
not
don't
really
think
equivocal.
I don't think it applies to every teacher that they always like undermine their students' abilities.
Most
seems
actually
pretty
do. That's
far.
actually like a most thing. That's not like a some thing.
That's what happens with most people. For example, Bill Gates, one of the richest people on earth, failed. Teachers tell him they wouldn't be anything. Literally said it in an interview. Yet he became one of the richest people on earth.
Like
Well,
a
that's
lot.
fair.
Like the average teacher is a dickhead.
Doesn't
This
really
is-
make
this
sense.
is just facts.
That
Doesn't
doesn't
really
really
make
make sense. That's equivocal because the reason being the teacher told him he couldn't do something because he failed college or he
because
dropped out or did this.
Bill Gates' resume is already impressive, and
It's not really
that's in the
impressive.
No, it
He
wasn't.
dropped out once, then
Yeah,
got
no.
back.
He was
dropped
dropped.
out,
Yeah.
but he achieved it again.
Yeah, so did so did thing. What's his name? The guy who owns Tesla. What's his name?
Okay, and he owns Tesla. That's the point. The point is that, you
Who
know,
do you think does better, the kids with a head start or the kids without one?
What do you mean? Head Start.
Head start kids who were born with
money,
options.
smart
Yeah,
parents.
Yeah, things are or not generally smart parents. All parents could be smart, but you know. Just
No, but like money and smart parents.
Yeah, like.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a.
You
well,
can be
that's
born with
definitely
money
kind
and
of a
still
good-
come out a dickhead. Let's be honest.
Mhm,
Or you can come out
that's
to be
mostly
nothing.
the case. That's also
Yeah.
the case. But like, if the parents know how to like use their money and raise their kids, like you know, Bill Gates' children, I think he doesn't like allow them to have all the fancy iPhones and everything like that. He actually teaches them to be like responsible and stuff. Like,
Yeah, but
despite
do
him
you
being
think
so
on
rich and stuff,
average-
like, yeah, that's,
Yeah, but do you think on average the rich kids come out smart?
no, definitely not.
So
I
I
mean-
feel
I mean,
as though
think
that the
about
kids
it,
were
though.
born as a
Yeah,
property.
but
were
also
born,
think about it though. Like, when a parent is that rich, obviously they have some sort of an occupation that requires like a great like moderating, right? So like, would they really be able to like moderate their kids anyhow that much?
Yes, it depends on like their occupation, but yes, they could.
I
Anybody can
mean, but
moderate
if
their
they're
kids.
generating a lot, then it must probably require some great like business like trips, runaways,
If you are
and
a
stuff.
businessman, there you do not have to be at that business 24/7, especially if you are a successful one. If you are a working businessman, someone who has to stay in the office, then yes, that's fine. But if you're a working businessman
Yeah.
making the excuse that you can't raise your kids, then that's a problem. That's you being negligent.
Right.
That's why the kids who are born without an opportunity have the most has the motivation to keep going and like strive for bigger dreams, and for a teacher to shut them down because they don't have these options as the kids with a head start do is just them being dickheads. It's more of a
Exactly. Creator.
One on me really quickly.
All right, cool. Creator, do you have any other ideas as to how men could better themselves?
He's on deaf and his parents were talking to him.
Oh, okay, cool. Light, yeah, you had something. I think Creator like cut you off.
Oh no, it was just like the analogy I got from Creator wasn't equivocal because it was just more of an outlier, like you said. It's just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Let me see this. Come on.
Is there anything else that you guys can think of?
To improve themselves, men know what they need to do, but yet they don't want to do it. I feel like finding motivation is one,
Oh yeah.
no matter what it be.
Well, really, I feel like once the motivation runs out, that's when you really like test whether or not you want it.
But if your motivation runs out, that's when you become. There's like different stages of when you run out of motivation. There's that. I don't feel like doing this anymore. I give up. Right? I'm just gonna work a 9 to 5, be the regular guy that I am. Doesn't matter if my girlfriend broke up with me a week ago. Doesn't matter if I'm down bad on my ass. This, that. Right?
Yeah.
It's just they give up completely. When men give up, I don't want to speak for all men, but when I gave up at one point, I think in 9th grade, I guess we could all say this. I was through a breakup at that point in 9th grade, and I felt like I didn't want to speak to anybody. Like my first
Yeah.
heartbreak. That's like, I didn't want to do
Bro,
anything.
yeah,
didn't wanna
I
speak
was there.
to school.
Yeah,
I gave
yes,
up
sir.
grades, right?
I was
All of
ready
that,
to
but
throw it
I
all
found
away.
out- Exactly. I found out I had a passion to make content or speak my mind or do something else, something that gives me enjoyment. Even playing the game itself gives you enjoyment. Doing art gives you an enjoyment. Doing things that make you happy is your motivation to keep going and keep doing things other than just moping around being sad. And go to the gym, improve on yourself. There's a reason why she left you in the first place. Think of that reason. Think
Right.
of something that you could fix. But if it's just for your personality, you don't have to fix that. Make it into something that you love.
The
That's how you
revenge
fix
arc,
it.
yeah. The revenge arc is always the best.
Exactly. Getting back up on your feet is the best part of life.
Yeah, of course. This shit is so important. Yeah, no, man. Finding that motivation is definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely needed for everyone. You know. Oh shit, there it goes.
Shit. Anything else?
That's pretty much it for men. I just hope they do better.
Yeah, right. Like, man, we were making this live. We were like, man, we're gonna be able to talk about this for hours. Like, it really just turns out, men, it's so simple what we need to do, and a lot of them are just out there fucking it up. Like, a lot of them are out there just like shitting themselves. Like, they're wetting the bed. Like, I don't know how you fumble the bag this bad. Like, we basically could sum up everything we said into like, work out, fucking focus on the bag before you focus on girls, and make sure your head is on right. And that's literally like it, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That was pretty much easy, yeah, for the most part. Men are simple beings, so like and like that
Yeah,
itself, like
we're
everything
simple
explained itself
beings,
is
but we
simple.
like we just managed to fuck it up, and I really like, it's like, goddamn, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Light brought this up already, but I think a lot of it comes down to whether or not you feel motivated to, actually improve
Yep.
yourself.
But like I was saying though, like that's like the biggest thing. Like you have to get off of your ass. Like that's it. If you feel unmotivated, you gotta find a reason to keep going. Like that's just it. If you choose to give up, it's still a decision. It's still a choice. You can feel bad and still get up and go to work the next day. You gotta do it all the time.
I think I'll post this part on TikTok. I ain't gonna lie to you. I posted. But thank you for having me, Crisis.
Not a problem, Light. Not a problem. Like, go ahead and DM me your socials. We'll go ahead and put them up on the description.
Oh,
By the way, Light, can you unban me from your server?
man. Why?
Okay, so Sage banned me.
Oh
right?
yeah, I can vouch for him.
yeah.
So he was
Man.
yeah, he was debating
Nah.
someone, and Sage was just like, nah, fuck you, I don't agree with you, and then he banned him. I was like, bro, there's no way.
Yeah. Wait. Kami. I don't think you're banned.
All right, well, yeah, that's gonna be it for today's live. We'll probably do another one soon. Let me know in the comments if y'all would rather watch the fucking like gameplay of some random shit while we talk, or if y'all really just like staring at a fucking Discord page for hours at a time. Fucking crazies. But yeah, man, just let us know, and I'll fucking talk to you later.